distortion, static bursts, deep in the link, that's where we glitch, clicks, vocal override, initiating, image collapse, imminent, Josh all break, tag, modulate with bit crush. Percussions and outliers and mechanical hi-hats, classical distortion suites, system override, breach the mess. White noise wiser with pitch, bangs into image collapse, drop. Industrial growls of grinding distortion, drums, aggressive kick and snare combo with snippy and hi-hats, checking those leads and metallic stabs, collection, override, mesh break, areas collapse, those crushing mechanical only box static crashes, floats and mechanical echoes and digital static, bad, dark and even textures with low frequency hums, fall, vision integrity failing, override, yes, loss of signality leads to build up, faster snare rolls and glitch vocal stutters, glass, sneak into this sleeping that's a glitchy drop. Modulation, drop by syncopated rhythms and glitch percussion. Right minor, please call stay with glitch synths, working in drums with syncopated patterns, couples with glitch cascade with harsh stabs, hands with glitch keys, construction, echo echoes and static fade, override echo echoes and static fade, vocal soft override mesh collapse, system offline. Final note fades into digital silence. Distortion, drums, aggressive kick and snare combo, syncopated hi-hats, chemicals, needs and metallic stabs. Static crust, crushing metal, static crust, crushing metal, static digital silence, sensory digital silence. Load bar sound filling fully distorted countdown ticks. Background they breaking fades like static fragments. Local oddity cluster initialized now for just pitchy signature tag list in reverse. Long fills made from back and loss effects, rising snares through broken frequency sweeping skips like audio buffers. In line, last moment everything freezes for one full beat then explodes. Payload still. Payload gloss to drop. Modulated growl morphing into funky neuro strike. High speed jungle breaks chopped in half. Time grip glitch hop stabs with ring modulated edges. Drop the lag cluster fire. Glitch rewinds delayed hot echoes be hiccups. Drop ends with a glitch stutter time word silence. Ethics lackey ambient pad loops unevenly panning erratically melody clean plops and audio slowed and detuned. Vocal filter stopped the beat but the payload was already inside. Thing echoes in a sounding pitch fast stuttered snare built 3-2 overload be fragments dissolves before next drop. The cluster funk drop heavier distorted with bouncing sidechain neuro hits. Jungle snare blend with glitch snaps. Local stabs that's book but the payload was already inside. Everything returns at full speed. Baseline rotated clodomation aggressive sub hits. Beat cluster boom. Final bars glitch static layers and a detonation effects cut off. Fix up flute chime with trailing reverb. Cluster delivered system destabilized and with low rumbling sub echo fading into black. For lag, cluster chime with trailing reverb. Cluster delivered system stabilized and with low rumbling sub echo fading into black. So, atmospheric synth pads with heavy reverb, crackling static and white noise layering gradually. Distant, fragmented vocal samples whispering signal. Fading, lost. Sparking dubstep beat emerges, deep cadence of synth decay, warp textures with pitch modulation. Bass, pulses slow, rumbling distorted, glitch effects, intermittent noise bursts and echoing clicks. Vocal fragments, phantom signal, decay. Lagging filtered noise and pitch shifted synth sweeps, increasing glitch chop rhythm, vocal loop intensifies. Decay, 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 decay. Overcut the drop with heavy distorted bass growl, synth lace warped and eerie, sliding through dissonant intervals. Distant fragmented lost. First versus digital decay nonsense. Decay paths reverse synth whispered vocal sound lost in the decay. Turbo sonic with more depth, with more intense distortion. Layer bass growl sync near experiments. Echo glitches weave through the soundscape. Elements fade out with lingering static and echoing synths. Vocal fragment whisper signal for forever. And some are fading more. Glitch effects and noise sweep.
Atmospheric, pad with subtle city sound effects. Low sub rumble slowly creeping in. Vocal FX. Engage. Minimal hi-hat tip to simulate engine idle. Snare roll flared with glitch effects. Rising synth block video mimics. Neon light flickering faster. Vocal chop. Turbo pulse. Turbo pulse. Rising white noise. Silence drop. Drop. Big waves flooding and trap rhythm slight changes of bass. Laser synth steps. Slice through stereo channels. Vocal chop hits. Video numbers. Bass slam. Bridge fails between beats from the iron pulse. Beat shift to sub-hats, bridge effects. Robotic whisper effects. Overrun engage. Two patterns switches to double time bursts. Neuro bass growls layered with laser leads. 5H4 Delwyn. Glitch fills in sidechain effects. Sailing high-speed chase. Beats rip low heartbeats up distance sirens. Robotic whisper. Phantom of the builds tension for final drop. Final drop, full turbo chaos. Up bass distorting mid-bass collide. Laser synth up pad across still across stereo. Triple turbo pulse. Turbo cluster to mid-bass collide. shouts, silence.
Haunting echoes, ghostly whispers, glitch distortions, ambient pads with chilling textures, vocal fury or distorted, phantom code engaged, drop fire ignited. Dogglage, tagged echoed with reverb and pitch shifts, percussions, crisp snares and glitchy hi-hats, rising arpeggios with modulation. Drop fire, ignite, phantom, rising white noise sweeps lead to fall. Drop here, explosion layered with glitch textures. Deep neural growls layered with glitch textures, heavy trap kicks and sappy snares, jagged glitchy leads with fiery modulations. Phantom, drop fire, glitch, digital crackles, fire bursts, pitch bends. Whispered echoes and filtered ghostly pads, dark ambient textures with subtle reverse, code broken, spirits driving, melodic motifs fade into build-up, snare rolls intensified with glitch vocal chops, phantom, drop fire, ignite, rising synth filter sweep, late ghost flop. Burrow bass growls with glitch licks, vocal drop bounced into fire. Abseveric synths build tension to final drop. Layered neuro bass growls and glitch synths, hard-hitting drums with syncopated rhythms. Vocal drop stacked into eerie chants, ends with glitchy fade and ghostly echoes. Fading digital whispers and crackles, vocal code drop fire fading. Final synth note dissolves into silence.
Blitz glitch in and out of tempo, broken arcane startup sound, vocal glitch F match, online. Lo-fi beats slowly emerge from digital static. Loose, groovy glitch, hop, beat with trap snares, lyrics, we built a pixels crashing, code unchained, lines of chaos in my brain, packets lost in static zones, baseline cracks, circuit bones, basic pick 'em with big crush textures, drop syncopated kicks, distorted snares, chop bills and syncopated kicks, distorted snares, chop fills, synth glitch, deep melody mixed with pitchfork bleeds, increasing tempo of glitch stutters and aided corruption effects, vocal chop, hollow pixel overload, rise in a synth flow, dissonant pitch bends, chop drop, trap bass and aggressive, digital distortion, bitch chop drop, trap bass and aggressive, digital distortion, insert, crunchy with mid-range punch, drop sharp snare rolls, triplet fill, double tag layer, distortion, pixelated havoc and ideated, randomized synth hits and arcade effects crashing rhythm, glitchy breakdown with stuttered vocal loops and ambient data decay, lyrics, online, copy, edit, memory phrase, signal bent, reboot fails, eye fragment, errors looped by disengage, trapped inside this data cage, sounds analog, his CPU fan blurring static sweeps, heavier glitchier drop with layered rhythms and trap fills, glitch fill with beats, ping and zap, overload, bass modulated growl with sharp pitches, new synth layer, applying laser snaps, vocal drop designs to glitch, havoc, system down, soa, tempo slows, draw dissolve into glitch particles, final digital distortion collapses into silence, closing sick, CRT shutdown, page offline. Pixel overload, synth flow with dissonant pitch bends, chop drop, trap bass and aggressive, digital distortion, bass chop drop, trap bass and aggressive, digital distortion, third, crunchy with mid-range punch, shorts, drop snare rolls, fill, pixelated, hits and arcade, expression rhythm, down, vocal loops, ambient data decay, copy, memory phrase, signal bent, reboot fails, eye fragments, errors looped by disengage, trapped inside this data cage, sounds analog, his CPU fan blurring static sweeps, heavier glitchier drop with layered rhythms that trap fills between beats, ping, zap, overload, new synth layered ground with sharp edges, synth light is low pad, trapped inside this game, trapped inside this This data is analog, his CPU burns, static sweeps. Heavier, glitchier drop with layered rhythms and track fills. Glitch fills between beats, ping, zap, overload. Bass modulated growl with sharp edges. Zeus synth layered uprights, laser zaps. Vocal chop with sliced and glitched. Havoc. System down. Tempo slows, drops distorted, glitch, particle, final digital distortion collapses into silence. Closing sync, CRT showdown, at the mage, offline.
A low sub-hum simulates a plasma reactor charging metallic sparks and glitch. FX flicker and stereo robotic whispers plasma anomaly detected. White noise sweeps and distorted arpeggios build tension as the system approaches critical energy levels. Hi-hats and snare rolls accelerate, rising synthesizers bend and pitch like unstable plasma energy drop. Anomaly engage, the tension peaks and then drops into silence. Drop plasma, crushing bass growl, slam and sync with distorted 808s, laser synths and glitch fire effects, strobe unpredictably vocal fragments. Plasma, drop, anomaly, the bassline hits like a reactor bursting in overdrive. Energy eases into a halftime groove, dark atmospheric paths and reverse glitch effects sweep across the stereo field. Sub-bass pulses steadily while robotic whispers echo. Anomaly, stabilizing, energy fluctuating. Snare rolls and risers intensify, distorted alarmed alarms and glitch sweeps. Simulate a plasma core overloading, countdown voice 3. Primes for the second drop. Dragon bass growls collide with rapid trap fills and glitch stabs. Laser synth sweep aggressively across stereo vocals, glitch faster. Anomaly, creotes, creating chaotic cyberpunk, enerda. A cinematic pause with atmospheric pads, crackling sparks and reverse glitch texture. Robotic whisper system, a stable plasma surge minute. Maximum plasma from the load of the geo flickering like a dying plasma core. Silence follows. Drop, anomaly, engage. The tension peaks and then drops into silence. Crushing bass growl, slam and sync with distorted 808s, laser synths and glitch fire effects, strobe unpredictably vocal fragments. Plasma, drop, anomaly, the bassline hits like a reactor bursting in overdrive. Crushing bass growl, slam and sync with distorted 808s, laser synths and glitch fire effects, strobe unpredictably vocal fragments. Plasma, drop, anomaly, the bassline hits like a reactor bursting in overdrive. Energy eases into a halftime groove, dark atmospheric pads and reverse glitch effects sweep across the stereo field. Sub-bass pulses steadily while robotic whispers echo. Anomaly stabilizing, energy fluctuating. Energy eases into a halftime groove, dark atmospheric pads and reverse glitch effects sweep across the stereo field. Sub-bass pulses steadily while robotic whispers echo. Anomaly is fluctuating, energy fluctuating. Energy eases into a halftime groove, dark atmospheric pads and reverse glitch effects sweep across the stereo field. Sub-bass pulses steadily while robotic whispers echo. Anomaly stabilizing, energy fluctuating. A cinematic pause with atmospheric pads, crackling sparks and reverse glitch textures. Robotic whisper system, unstack and draw. Stereo vocals glitch faster. Drop, anomaly, creotes, creating chaotic cyberpunk, enerda. A cinematic pause with atmospheric pads, crackling sparks and reverse glitch sweeps. Simulate a plasma core overloading, countdown born primes for the second drop. Drops to a wave of sizzling plasma energy crackles across the soundscape. Electric arcs whip left to right, layered this wave kicks. A robotic announcer warns, plasma storm incoming. The atmosphere builds with neon arcs and glitch sparks. Hi-hats race faster as distorted sirens rise. The bass pulses in sync with thunderous rumbles, giving the feeling of a storm forming. Vocal chop repeats. Storm before cutting to silence. Drop one booming, barrage of plasma charge, rhythm growls explodes, laser bases zapping syncopated patterns layered with subchordy kicks. Every hit feels like lightning striking the floor, energetic wave leads stabbing between, turning chaos into a dance floor eruption. Dark paths hum like storm clouds overhead, echoes thin sparks scatter as metallic and swooping in whisper. His thunder voice says, plasma energy unstable, with tension quietly rebuilt. Faces rise like a nuclear siren trap, snap quicker and quicker with heavy reverb kills vocal shock. Plasma rain. The final riser cuts off into silence. Coherent wild and growling basslines all layered with plasma. The laser screeches that zap unpredictably delete dust to re-space. Underpins everything while a stolen fire kicks. Makes the drop hit harder. Fire kicks makes the drop hit harder than before. Calm after chaos, a low subs rumble like distant thunder. Reverse synth sweep grows louder, panic left to right whisper. With rings, final drop, the release. All layers collide, rhythm growls, plasma lasers from the rest stops and neon wave leaves in beat with sudden glitch break. Beats are smashing back into base destruction. The plasma storm dissipates, electric crackle fade to static. Final vocal glitch repeats, breaks, disintegrating into silence. Integrating into silence. Rapid packet burst, digital ping echoes, alarm beeps. Background low rumble with intermittent glitch clicks. Vocal code deteriorated, target locked. Barrel blood tag with the digital stutter effect. Percussion tight iron rolls and snare rushes. Rising signal with filtering sweeps. Vocal phrases, spinning boards, reach imminent. Pressing white noise crescendo into silence. Alright, line drop. Step growl with distorted sub-punch. Drop punchy kick, rolling snare, rapid hi-hats. Razor edge leaves a sudden glitch effects. Rage, scan, riot line. Burst explosions with curse sweeps, network crackles. Effects, digital static until the bird echo pulses. Bad atmospheric dark syndromes with cyber ambiance. Firewall weakening defenses. Failing soft glitch and box layer into melt up. Intensifying snare rolls with pitch risers. Riot line breach, override. Filtered noise fits into silence. Override drop. More aggressive, layered distorted growls. Just persistent degrees. Cutting edge leads with heavy modulation. System breach ports gain overload. It'll crash as a glitch bursts. Half-time tempo with dark paths. This is the last line. Hold fast. Slow synth melody fading into next drop. A riot line final. Full intensity bass growls and syncopated drum patterns. Vocal breaks chants layered with sharp synth sounds. Final bars glitch deconstruction and fading digital noise. Aiming alarm sirens and static hum. Vocal thoughts can complete system compromise. As a digital heartbeat fading out. Fading out. Quantum particles flickering, granular ring textures, soft patterns, stereo glide, shimmer and reverse effects, shifting side pulses mimicking entanglement waves, vocal drifting beyond measurable time, gale form roaring to freeze. Signature attack was good and slow delay. Liquid ambient textures begin layering. Drum taps and ghost snares begin phasing in. Drift, 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 drift. Filtered riser modulated by LFO warp, leading to a gravity drop into quantum liquid drop. Bass, smooth but powerful subclass, rapid stereo delay. Green liquid breakbeat, layered with space clap echo. High-pitched digital twinkle shifting across stereo field. Vocal fragments layered, slipstream locks. I see it all, I see it all. Time stretch, starters double roar. 908 bars, pitch bent, reverb tail trailing into breakdown. Subtle gravitational waves in synth form. Head aerial reverse, flow cycle like cosmic breath. Voice in the drift line, moment stretch, bend, merge. TL4 to the filtered riser pulses. Liquid ambient textures begin layering. Drum taps, ghost snares begin phasing in. Drift, 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 drift. Filtered riser modulated by LFO warp, leading to a gravity drop into quantum liquid groove. Filtered cyberharmonic resonance layered with space delay. Drift line, broken, reformed drift line. Face reverse pads in DNA like chime sequences. Slow halftime transition. You're no longer where you began. Faint heartbeat, bass pulsing, interdimensional drift drop. Baseline becomes wave shapes with added distortion crunch. Beat complexity beats, triplets, codes, kicks, reverse snares, melodic arpeggios, peaking layered stereo. Final 8 bars, kick muted, then massive sub drop back in. Ends with wide cinematic pattern falling star effects. Artifacts, cosmic hiss, fades into silence. Final vocal, drift line collapse, reality reborn. Echoing chime fades into black. In the drift line, moments stretch, bend to merge. Deep space crackle and filtered risers. Sackle and filtered riser pulses. Tension rises via broken eyes or pulsarose. Tension rises via broken on and fills. Rhythmic filter shift. Versus vocal and broken our minds. It tries on time, I spit draws, but sort the second major detonation. Detonation. Bass morphs into a rhythmic quantum flutter. Sharp vocals, granular glitches, that's incessant. And bends and becks and dodge. Shuffling jungle touches, static. Like Bruce in style. Quantum harmonic resonance. Layer with space delay. Drift line, broken, reformed drift line. Drift line, drift line. Birds pass. Quantum pulses flicker like particles splitting. A deep sub-hum vibrates beneath. What distorted digital tones simulate energy being charged. Robotic whisper, quantum engaged. Prepare for assault. Hi-hat rolls accelerate layers. Future arc sirens rising pitch bends mimic unstable energy spiraling upward. Heavy snare rolls increase tension with glitch sparks glitching in and out like corrupted data streams. Quantum blast hits loud as a color rhythm styles that metallic brown fade. We roll the focus little bit, filter the low and malaise. The style slice of high frequencies. Quantum rhythm assault, pump into the rhythm. Chaos calms into a pulsing rhythm. Minimalist own energy, and the growl is sharper. Clear, and it infused with neon scorch fury. Energy fades into silence. Feel the hear from the bridge returns, but slowly decays, breaking apart like quantum particles disappearing into the void. Fractured light, break the frail. Atmospheric texture swell and fade, setting a dreamy vibe. No smooth future beats with the mantras, with crisp percussion and warm bass. Melodic colors break like shattered glass. Through the prism, moments pass, glitching frames and fractured time. Radiance in every line, percussion, tight zag snare, soft caps and syncopated hi-hats. Bass warm and rounded, supporting the synth melody. Rising synth layers and rhythmic glitch effects. Glitch, fade, read, white noise increase tension. Powerful future bass dropping punchy synth stabs and energetic rhythms. Synthetism like saws with dynamic modulation. Drop punchy kicks, sharp snares, syncopated hi-hats. Hero riffs and riff rated, mix and chop. Ambient breakdown with soft hats and filtered vocal echoes. Task copy in, lost inside the radiant glow. Fragments pulse and ebb and flow. Every color tells a tale to tell. In the glitch, synth sail, path with self. Filter sweeps and reverb. Genic and layer effects create a flowing sensation. Or energetic and layered version of drop one with additional synth textures. Bassline pulsates with rhythmic sidechain compression. Drums intensify with rolling hi-hats and snare fills. Bars build with rising pitch, bends and filter. And frame, mixing paths, gentle reach echoes, file thug line, read, glitch frag, fade away. Ends with delicate digital sparkle and that can keep reverb tail. With concrete synth chops and energy. Mechanical hum sets in with digital crackles and boot-up glitches. Distorted whisper loops beneath the surface. System override. Aggression threshold exceeded. Broken power line buzz. Sporadic sparks and voltage arcs. Filtered synthetic rhythm resembling a heartbeat monitor gone erratic. Potential rises fast. Pitch bent riser faced with percussive clanging. Zero filters moving like a machine. Heating up, elegance creeping underneath. All chromatic. The tension rises fast. Pitch rises mixed with passive clanging. Zero filters over like a machine. Heating up bass pulse. Wickets creeping underneath. Vocal circuit unstable. Prepare for rage state. Sudden silence and then absolute bass carnage. Euro-style growl slice across a pounding dust beat. Kick is meaty and dry with a soft punch. The thuds like slamming a steel door. Bass lines constantly more glitch pins. Filter sweet distorted starters. Robotic vocal chopper rage mode. Engage. Engaged. Semi-jerk with pulsating mechanical groove. Hit solid smash with perplexed sheet metal. A full pause with rising electric scream effects. Then bass slams and bass banks. With broken bell light buzz. Sporadic sparks and voltage arcs. Built into synthetic rhythm like sibling on a beat monitor gone erratic. The tension rises fast. Pitch bends rises bass with percussive clanging. Rising pulse and slice it. Heavy as needles variation with back voltage irreversible. Fine sound. One last voltage snap that fizzles out and beats up a rumble. One last voltage sap that fizzles out and beeps up a rumble. Sap that fizzles out and beats up rumble.
Boot sounds and data writes. Static buzz corrupted Windows XP startup tone. Robotic void for run initiated. Slowly rising to tune, Yahoo flow and rumble. Fast-paced chip trap percussion builds. CPU fan effects rises until a full stop. Wobble Rex rises until a full stop. Heat wobble Rex rises until a full stop. Heat wobble Rex rises till a full stop. Nathan sounds like a Buku leak, Shredder's distortion. Randomized glitch fills interrupt the flow like memory leaks. Memory leaks. At 115 double time stand machine gun rouse into an audio freeze. Sudden tempo dip, reverse audio buffer. Hit plus melody slowly reassemble. Voice clip to RAM overloaded. Retrying. Heavier, more aggressive bass. Kick drums punch like ram slams. Stutter melody loops like malfunctioning code. Final glitch of spiral ends with a system freeze as effect. RAM unload sound, descending crescendo. Robo voice whispers over frame complete. Screen fade out effect in audio. Fan effects rises until a full stop. Heat wobble Rex rises until a full stop. Heat wobble Rex rises until full stop. Nathan sounds like a Buku leap, Shredder's distortion. Grandma load sound, spiral ends with a system freeze. Grandma load sound, Robo voice whispers over frame complete. Screen fade out effect in audio.
floors over frame.
Terminal sounds echo like all functioning systems. Neon synths sweep shimmer across stereo channels. Low sub-hum pulses gradually, building tension. Robotic whisper.
Terminal sequence activated. Observation and simulate energy overload. Trap hi-hat rolls and glitch. Stutters accelerate. Metallic effects hits punctuate the rhythm. Silence just before drop. Robotic jazz. Rage mode. Rage mode. Rage mode. Rage mode. Raging turtle sounds echoing malfunctioning systems. Neon synths sweep shimmer across stereo channels. Awesome hum pulses gradually, building tension. Robotic whisper. Terminal sequence activated. Build up. Instant simulate energy overload. Trap hi-hat rolls and glitch. Stutters accelerate. Metallic effects hits punctuate the rhythm. Silence just before drop. Robotic jam. Rage mode. Trappy cyber bass growl. Salmon jacket and chaotic. Kicks punchy and industrial. Vocal jumps, clicks, raise the mammal. Rage. Some bass pulses sync with mechanical effects for maximum impact. Low-pitchy sub-bass with atmospheric pads. System of robotic warnings and reverse effects add suspense. Low rumble simulates a digital system under stress. Build up to 250. Rolls and rising synths, layers increase intensity. Vertical overload, imminent. Silence before the final drop. Even heavier bass growls layered with glitch stabs. Kick stabs, kick stabs, kick stab, kicks complex patterns. Sequence seems to dictate the rage and system breakdown. Build up, heavy cyber bass growls, slamming, jagged and chaotic. Kick and chaotic. Kick and pulse. Raise turbo, reach. The pitch can feel it down, fading into silence. What's up? Elcos.
Pulse tension before the final drop. Final drop. Maximum intensity. Layered bass growls, glitch stabs, and industrial hits. Kick stare pattern stutter.
Bass growl. Rate low sub hum. Meltdown. Fading into silence. Build up. The so sub hum. Last robotic whisper echoes. System terminated. Heavier bass, placements and senses in cracks. Distant trouble, warnings and reverse effects add suspense. Low rumble simulates a digital system under stress. Build up to simulating system breakdown. Shut down. Bow.
Atmospheric glitch pads with distant industrial whispered robotic voice. Terminal rage unleashed.
Even heavier bass growls layered with glitch stabs. Kicks ducklet, kinetic energy. The bass hits with aggressive punch. Simulating deep super rumble push this on neon effects. Robotic whisper effects. Playful distortion initializing. Minimal hi-hats and glitch effects. Set the tension. Build up one. Rising snare rolls. Modulated synths. Doesn't bubble chop. Voltage. Surge. Voltage. Surge. Surge. Voltage. Surge. Baseline sweep silence. First drop.
voice of the rumble echoing like the floor of a warehouse.
Sirens in the distance, padding across stereo.
High-grade sample with distortion.
This is rave!
Core overload. Drum heartbeat slowly increasing tempo. Rising synth riser with heavy distortion. Machine gun snares rolling faster. Double chop, overload, overload, overload. Baseline was destroyed, re-space with rave steps. Kick, heavy hard trap beat. Chest rattling 808s. Siren leads layered into the melody. Both chops overload, engage. Energy pure destructive rave. Beat strips down to kick, hi-hat pattern, distance, industrial effects. Now chase, robotic whisper, maximum rate, capacity system unstable. Drop cut, draw 30 through 30. Build up one, raw rave energy. Build up rising synths, riser with heavy discreet synths. Kick your punch, double the rhythm. Hear the low crowd, color facets, overload, overload, overload. All instruments cut, dark, atmospheric pad, robotic bomb, overdrive, leak system, meltdown areas. Pulse the bass, swelling slowly, idle drop, overload. Clock silence mode, robots to the bass stabs. Kick back switches between half time and double time. All alarms, laser effects, vocal shots overlapping in chaos. Road activator, pace from the bass ripple fading. Static glitch down, final flutter, overload terminated. Terminated. Oh, terminated. Overload. Bass rips down to kick, hi-hat pattern, instant industrial effects. A body whisper, maximum rate, capacity system unstable. Bass filtered low, building tension, build up to crew destructive rave. Strips down to kick, hi-hat pattern, distance, industrial effects. F7 echo whisper, maximum rate, capacity system unstable. Bass filtered low, building tension. Build up to crew destructive rave. Beat strips down to kick, hi-hat pattern, distance, industrial effects. Metal tape, robot whisper, maximum rate, capacity system unstable. Bass filtered low, building tension. Build up to 230. Class break, stab chord, side shape with riser. Siren sweep upward in pitch. Spirals jump with distortion. Warning, warning, warning. Drop cuts, drop through here. Drop one, raw rate energy. Class break, stab chord, side chain with riser. Siren sweep upward in pitch. Snare rolls chop with distortion. Vox loop glitching. Warning, warning, warning. Drop cut. Oh. Drop out to the 233. Heavier than drop one. Raw rave energy. Distorted lead step chord, side chain with riser. Siren sweep upward in pitch. Snare rolls chop with distortion. Box loop glitching. Warning, warning, warning. Drop cut. Deep. Tectonic bass energy, metallic clicks and glitch sparks ripple through the stereo field. Robotic whispers, echo, rave, blink, protocol initiated. Faint sirens and filtered white noise build suspense. Risers twist upward with pitch bending synths. Drop high on smaller standstill style unpredictably footwork. Engage, blink, the tension escalates until a sudden silence. Drop volume, bass growls a slam and destroy the airways. Laser synth stabs and glitch fire effects drop across stereo overcrowd. Rave, protocol, the baseline hits like seismic shockwaves in a festival pit. Energy flows back into a hot fire pulse, dark back sweep with laser waves creating a special circuit of atmosphere. Some bass pulses stemming raw robotic whispers. Seismic activity detected. Protocol stable. Build to call initial.
there's a crackling sparks above the whisper system is stabilized, quick and event. All layers collide, baselines crunch fire snap. Your industrial sense and stop the trap feels the drop feels like a cybertruck. Seismic double eruption, chaos roots descends like the aftermath of a sonic earthquake. Built to call in his seal. Baseline hits like seismic shockwaves in a festival pit. It pulls back into a hostile pulse on that cycle splits and hands special cycle but there's a bass pulses steadily low. Whispers seismic chorus, seismic crackles, making chaos. Protocol stale. Stable speed of the pitch around on pulse start that segment legend experience against the seriously watered down this established ventral side moving intense and pulse on base burial net industrial fed simulate ground shaking chaos. Vocal call. Waves going, it's like nothing, push voices. Some scales of the time builds into a front of us like a cyberpunk seismic festival of sort of vision chaos. Vocal glitches with chaos, vocal call, rage, quake.
Cracking ice when gusts shimmering frost particles ending paths with glassy textures slowly build vocal initiate cryo sequence resonate deep frozen technical with frost like reverb sparse percussion distant metallic taps and soft snares twinkling glyph phoenix and falling snow vocal snip and louver fees hold pulse rising filter noise and subtle sub rumbly too Creole bass drop embracing filtered noise and subtle sub rumbly too trio bass drum yeah Bernard Creole bass drum with frozen texture last like bugs and crystalline leaves vocal choppers breeze resonate freeze frost crackles cold vapor sweeps and details subtle wind echoes and distant frost whistles ethereal, evolving textures with soft white noise sequences align, cold within the void like melodic motifs lead into next build-up increasing snare rolls with icy reverb cryo sequence, hold the line the rising synth leads to backlash bass drop heavier resonance sub with icy distortion more pronounced kicks and sharper snares layered crystalline melodies and art freeze resonate pulse halftime section with soft pads and gentle synth blocks up Creole bass drop complete falling snow frozen text drum frozen texture brass like plucks and crystalline phrase slams with layered icy distortion and sub crawls drums punch harder with crisp trap elements vocal chops stacked into an arctic chant ending with fading frost effects and reverberated synths melting ice dripping wind fades out cryo sequence dormant until next freeze ends with soft chilling synth hum
Current authentic above radio transmission voices.
Position point reached. Engage quiet bite.
Clicking and typing sounds with glitched hi-hats sound in the air.
Individually.
Lyric bass bosses like charging nanotech grenades.
CSS process with distortion crackle.
Off-grid snare rolls break in and out of sync.
System failure in a minute.
Silence crash with sharp breath effects before drop. Distorted wobble bass like an electrified chainsaw. Percussion built from clicks, samples, typewriter clicks and rim snares. Riot sound effects, riot bite. Drone starter between left right speaker. Rhythm switches from board to double time trap halfway. Vision versus wardrobe virus, single pushers, close and blooders, rebuilding between battles. robotic voices rebuilding between battles. Bigger glitch fire, new layers of kicks, warping leads, then sirens, kick rolls and nanotech grenades. There's a switch, motion crap break. Off grid snare rolls breaking in and out of sync. One breaking and out into the military.
Atmospheric base pulses like charging nanotech grenades. Build up layer 6-2.
Layers that flash with sharper effects before drop. Off-grid brushes with distortion and crackle. Off-grid snare rolls breaking and out of sync. System failure imminent. Silence crash with sharp breath effects before drop. Percussion built from glitch samples, typewriter clicks and rim snares. Science shot effects, low pitch vocoded by dream stutter between left-right speaker. Switches from 4/4 to double time trap halfway. Melodic synth arpeggio, uplifting distant like trapped hope. Sounds like a virus, rebuilding between battles. Robotic force, recharging 7-2. Riot bite, zero glitch fire, new layers of kicks, warping leads, mid-fire. Kick rolls and FX, simulated firewall reach. Visual styles, freezing filter sweep, explosive snap breaks, final beat, silence with heartbeat bass. White noise slowly reverses, binary beating fades out. Riot bite, final voice, infusing compressed weight, space. White noise slowly reverses, binary beeping fades out. In Morse-like code, final voice, infusion complete, begin phase 2. Explosive snare breaks, final beat, glitch silence with heartbeat bass. White noise slowly reverses, binary beeping fades out. Riot died, infusion complete, begin phase 2. White noise slowly reverses, binary beeping fades out. Riot died, infusion complete, begin phase 2. Echoes of the important pings in 3D stereo. Static haze plus distorted breath sounds. Random low-end glitches like background code cracking. High synth pad with slow filter modulation mimicking scanning radar pulses. Cocaine trap snare roll layered with breakbeat ghost hits. Switching effects like broken modem data. Vocal loop, collapsing. Rising to tune, reach baseline before drop. Polymorphic distortion. Shot clip bass shots with polymorphic distortion. Martial trap proof for the first class players. Feedback fluids, random audio, so there's big bar. Full points with the chopsticks and the bullet to feel on side. With the pulses and quick tension like spin clock cycles. Collapsing audio buffer effect. Perfect. Okay. Central synth melody introduced sad unresolved 4-note motif. Rock binary codes growing westward, improved by twice as glitch. Effect chain deleted life, simulate unstable memory leak. Collapsing. Clicks. Away like getting sucked into a data void. Melodic elements fall apart one note at a time. Final 3 seconds, complete silence, then one ghostly reverse vocals. Pushing the tune, reach baseline before drop. Pushing the tune, reach baseline before drop. Pushing the tune, reach baseline before drop. Pushing into reach baseline before drop. Rushing into reach baseline before drop. Left. So good bass shots from polymorphic distortion. Industrial tracker with a fast curve from the first god blade. First shot to the depth to the first word trying to trace up the blast the bass shots with high intention like skip clock cycle. An audio buffer effect, a effect to effect. The melody introduced sad, unresolved full note motif. Feedback wheels random audio spares mid-bar. Like both shots stitched together to feel unsettling. Brain pauses that create tension, like skip clock cycles. Collapsing audio buffer effect, per effect, per effect. Relapsing audio buffer effect, per effect, per effect. Central synth melody introduced sad, unresolved four-note motif. Soft binary code scrolling whispers. Same groove but twice as glitched. Effects chain modulated live to simulate unstable memory leak. Thread collapse vocal triggered randomly. Warped in pit foreman. Reworked in pit foreman. Reworked in pit foreman. New percussion layer. Metallic scrap snares and granular clicks. Southpaw wailing getting sucked into a data void. Melodic elements fall apart, one note at a time. Final 3 seconds, complete silence. Then one ghostly reversed vocals. Ghost K no. This
Sector breach, folks, echo in the distance. Atmospheric glitch ambience with low thunder-like rumbles. Robotic whisper, deploying lubricant injection initialized.
low pass filter slowly opens on a pulsing sub. Distant siren fades in, gradually distorting into risers.
Halo sequence.
Tight percussive rhythm with minimal claps. Heavy LFO baseline teases with automation and mix crush.
Bastum, drop, storm. Glitch effects swell like corrupted code compiling.
Reversed risers and distorted hissing until the final snare snap.
Drop storm injected, main baseline cruise kit inspired metallic crowds layered over sub punch.
Each drumming sounds like a code injection crashing through a firewall. Machine gun hi-hats, crunchy snares cut through.
High Q form and wobble spiraling decay. Presents with glitch stutter, robotic choke effects.
Constant, blacks, rhythm melodies, low static and Morse code style syntax.
No trace backdoor names.
Distant drop echoes heavily low pass, teasing no return. Instant failure loop introduces a distorted sawtooth sub-grind. Off-kilter rhythm stars are syncopated with odd stutters. Perks now include industrial clangs and reversed reverb snares. Sudden pauses for glitch effects give space to breathe before punchy returns. End of drop features cascading filter sweeps as if the system is collapsing.
They slowly disintegrates into granular static. Glitch sweeps reverse into themselves. Final robotic line. Kit remains undetected.
This was fake ticking and a single power down thump.
Synth that slow form yet tense chords. Glitch effects like shattered data fragments crackle in background. Synth vocal sample, injecting shadow light, initiating breakdown. So rising noise riser builds tension.
Hard wave beat kicks in with punchy kick and sharp snare. Lead synth emotional soaring melody with distorted edges. Mid bass on player with wobble modulation. Glitch stutter slice with the blink between notes. Lyrics patch, copy, edit, cracks form in the single line. Data bleeds where pulses shine. Fracture beats collide and bind. Shattered bites corrupt my mind. Build up on modulation. Then players rise with pitch bends and ride nice waves. Drum fail speed up with glitch chopping. Vocal chopper bass. Shatter, shatter, break, break. Injecting shatter bite, itchy. Injecting shatter bite, itchy. Emission, break down and break down. Down. Away kicks in with punch, kick and sharp snare. Lead synth emotional soaring melody with distorted edges. Mid back sponge layered with wobble modulation. X purpose sponge layered with wobble modulation. Play sudden with between notes. Lyrics bishop clash, copy, edit, crack form in the single line. Data please with pulses shine. Fracture beats collide and bind. Shattered buds corrupt my mind. Build up on modulation. Hardway beat kicks in with punchy kick and sharp snare. Lead synth emotional soaring melody with distorted edges. Heavy compressed punch layered with wobble modulation. Glitch stutter slice rhythmically between notes. Lyrics dash, copy, edits, cracks form in the single line. Data please where pulses shine. Fracture beats collide and bind. Fracture beats collide. Shatter break, break. Modulation. Fracture beats collide and bind. Copy, edit, cracks form in the single line. Data please where pulse beats collide and bind. Copy, edit, cracks form in the single line. Data please where pulses shine. Fracture beats collide.
Pulsing synth waves with shimmering digital crackles. Rock and energy beam FX cascading and echoing. Vocal sample.
Shotlight cascade system initializing.
Gradual build of hungry synths with rhythmic gain. On the vector bass kick in with punchy kicks and standard hi-hats. Lyrics, energy beats, copy, edit, fractured light. Breaking rhythms in the night. Shot by waves of electric tide. Rave ignites, no place to hide. Percussion syncopated break beats with sharp digital hits. Bassline punchy rhythmic with slow crowd. Bassline relief layer, leak glitch bursts. Rising filter sweeps and snare rolls.
Cascade, shotlight, cascade.
Cascade, shock bite, cascade, increasing white noise and rhythmic gain. Explosive electro plate drops, stutter cascades and vibrant synths. Deep and punchy with modulated filters, drums, energetic breaks with sharp snares and hi-hats. Vocal tap, pulsing shatter trees. Flutter and lift guide for shimmering paths and digital crackles, sparkling synths. Copy, edit, broken light and fractured streams. Electric pulses shatter dreams, floating through the neon haze. Caught inside the cascade's maze. Paths with slow reverb and delay. Glitch effects letting decorate the space. More intense version of drop one with the layered synths and faster percussion. Bassline pulsates with rhythmic sidechain compression. Drums intensify with rhythmic hi-hats and snare rolls. Ice controls, auto bars built with rising pitch bends and filter sweeps. Elements fade and shimmering synth paths and stutter glitch echoes on a vocal line.
Cascade, shotlight, fade away.
Ends with a delicate digital sparkle and ambient kick reverb tail. Ends with a delicate digital sparkle and ambient reverb tail.
Shockcore.
Hard-hitting bass drums with punchy kicks and tight snares. Bassline aggressive, distorted with oscillating growl. Screaming synth leads pierced through with fast modulation. Punchy percussion and zap effects layer in vocal chop.
Shockcore. Ignite.
Rising synthes and filter sweeps. Drum fills accelerate with glitchy rolls. Vocal loop intensifies.
Reactor outpour.
Electro chord drop with heavy bass slams and aggressive synth blast. Fire lead synths cut through the mix with distortion. Drums punch hard with syncopated hi-hats and triplet fills. FX and crackles, digital glitches and zap sounds.
Energy pulls back to atmospheric pads and low drums. Spitball at return of the drop with added synth layers and intensified bass. Synth plates become more complex with rapid pitch bends and modulation.
Drum fills speed up and become more intricate. FX cascade with layered glitch effects and electrical bursts.
Fluids gradually fade with glitchy noise and low bass hum.
Final synth zap echoes into silence.
Closing. Rise. Offline. Builds his sparks crackle across the stereo field. Metallic texture simulate particles charging on the robotic announcer whisper shock drive system initializing while filtered sub-bass pulses like a warning siren. Now transfers from roadway layered with static rise of climb by reach bar. Robotic glitch chops shock havoc waves lightning listen. That's cut through the rising tension. Drop. Full havoc wave hits on violent collision. Metallic flow. Lasers as fast and heavy wave cells. Never the switches. Free up time trap and aggressive whim. Giving it a chaotic sound of a festival energy. Vocal glitches. Shock drop. Distorted atmospheres flow like broken circuits. Recharging low frequency bass swells. Fade in and out while glitchy hi-hats scatter predictably at robotic whisper. For voltage maximum output. Build to the output. Dark atmospheric break, neon synth paths float over distorted static with fake robotic breaths. A final robotic command, ecosystem breach, catastrophic discharge. Fly ultimate havoc wave. All elements surround in an explosive fusion. Surprise wave. All elements return in an explosive fusion. Burst. From one last static burst. Distorted atmospheres, full like broken circuits recharging. Low frequency bass swells fade in and out. While glitchy hi-hat scatter, a glitchy hi-hat scatter. Or falter, robotic whisper. With voltage minimum decibel energy, vocal glitches, shock. Distorted atmo, broken circuits recharging. Low frequency bass swells fade in and out. While glitchy hi-hat scatter. Predictably robotic whisper. Luxuries of new output. First control, shocks and vocal shock. No we see hot, we face the face. Symbol outbursts and silence. Circle surges. Trust gonna throw it in measurable surges. Count of the chrono surges. Touch our bubble up. We get so glitch. I just simply no beat. And on each minute it can pull on beat. But it makes me watch out. Until it cuts out into silence. storm charging on electric energy, metallic sparks, glitch effects, flicker across stereo, robotic whispers, echo, shock storm, rampage, engaged. Filtered white noise sweeps and distant alarms build suspense. Lizards bend and twist with pitch modulation, trap hi-hats roll and snare roll stutter unpredictably. Vocal chops, glampage, shock storm, initiate. Engine bells toward the sun in silence. Drop one. Unleash melodies, twin bass, cross letters, even been spreading in this burn 808 voices and synths, samples, wire effects, and chop vocals on the second row. Shock storm, rampage, the bassline hits like an electric cyberpunk tempest. Energy eases into hot time, pulse bar pads and reverse glitch. Hear across stereo, sound bass files can steadily more robotic whispers. This system unstable. Energy spikes detected. Snare rolls accelerate along flare. The distorted rises to its higher countdown voice. 3, 2, 1 primes for the second drop. Drum range intensified, bass grind your rhythm lines. Footsteps and laser sets, rapid drop fills and stereo pads. Industrial fabric like electric storm. Vocal glitches, drop the chase. Cinematic pause, the best modulation. Track play, hospitals, the rhythm scales that are unpredictably. Vocals with gripping, shock storm. Initiate section builds, twist and silence. Drop once. Drop one. Yeah. Rampage. Stop an electric silence. The drop with a maze crossland in sync with the stored 808s. This is its steps, but side effects and jump bullets for fragments. Single rampage. The bass like an electric cyberpunk tempest. Tempest. Energy eases into alarm blitz, done in silence. Drop west. Charging, and bass cross in sync with the stored 808s. Latest and steps, glitch line effects and jump bullets fragments. Down the run point, satellite, my spine hits like electric cyberpunk tempest. Energy eases into a half-time pulse. Dark adds and reverse glitch effects sweep across stereo. Sub-bass pulses steadily more robotic whispers. System unstable. Energy spikes detected. Yo-yo. Snare rolls accelerate along flare and distorted rises to its higher countdown voice. 3, 2, 1 primes for the second drop. Rampage intensified. Generator minds with split stabs and lasers and rapid retrap fills and stereo pads. Industrial cyberpunk like electric storm. Vocal glitches, drop glitches. Sound roll along solo with lemon. Resistance, reverse glitch, first check, recollect the process, no stereo pads. Industrial fabric localize. Final line and pause, a burner blends. Reflect with strictly spark. Robotic groceries collide. Distorted bass glitch, fire sets and industrial stabs. Its taco trap fills the drop, feels like a full-scale cyberpunk electric storm. Chaotic festival ready. Set it fades below glitch arpeggio, flickering like a dying neon signal. Silence follows. Effects, metallic clangs, deep sub-rumbles, and atmospheric paths with dark synth textures. Vocal distortion, pure descent, slam vector engaged, epic hill tag echoed with aggressive reverb. Rapid trap snares and hi-hat rolls, rising aggressive leads with pitch bends. Vector loss, initiated, rising white noise and synthesizer into. Perform vector drop, distorted slam bass growls with layered sub-hits. Trucking, snappy snares, syncopated hi-hats. Narrow bass leads with glitch effects. Slam, vector, descent. Chemical echoes and digital reverbs. Down the dark ambient synth layers, swirl over sound. Lost in bass. False melodic motif leads to build up. Pepper kill tag echo. Pepper kill tag echo. Vector trap, foot vector slam drop. Lifted hi-hats. Pepper kill tag echo. Slow slam bass power with intense drum hits. No bass sense layered with glitch buried pads. Vocal jump steps into a craze. Tempo bundle synth chord fades into silence. Perform vector drop. Distorted slam bass growls with layered sub-hits. Shock kicks, snappy snares, syncopated hi-hats. Shock neuro bass leads with glitch effects. Slam, vector, descent. Heavy distorted slam bass growls with layered sub-hits. Drop kicks, snappy snares, syncopated hi-hats. Sharp neuro bass leads with glitch effects. Heavy descent, defend, Mechanical echoes and digital reverbs add dark ambient synth layers, volume through sound, lost in bass, sparse melodic motif leads to build-up, faster snare rolls and glitch flops.
Begin with atmospheric pads and subtle synth text. Add soft percussive elements like claps, hi-hats, and filtered kick. Introduce airy vocal effects, whispers. Take me there to set the mood. Build up, gradually increase percussion intensity with rolling snares and hi-hats. Layer melodics and stabs or chord progressions. Punchy switch, rising filter sweeps and subtle risers to build tension. Full deep house groove with sidechain groovy bassline and driving kick. Prominent soulful female vocals, melodic inference synth. Some stabs and pads enhance melodic depth. Percussion is crisp and rhythmic, maintaining strong dance floor energy. Build up, gradually increase percussion intensity with rolling snares and hi-hats. Layer melodics and stabs or chord progressions. Use rising filter sweeps and subtle risers to build tension. Drill tension.
Distant engine riff, metallic effects and glitch stutters. Non-stop rumble, distant engine riff, metallic effects and glitch stutters. Light hi-hat ticks building tension, build up one. Rising snare rolls with white noise sweeps, glitch appreciate synths accelerating. Vocal jive, rise, blaze, rise, silence, first drop impact. Baseline, 808 neuro bass growls, kicking heavy trap rhythm, sidechain to bass. Laser synth stabs cut through stereo channels. Verb glitch between hits for chaotic energy. Halftime groove sub hats, ambient effects, turbo surge ignition, maximum velocity. Background paths rise subtly, building tension, build up two. Faster snare rolls, pitch rising synth. Vocal drive. White noise sweep, silence turbo drop two. Heavier and faster. Distorted neural bass glitch stutter fills. Laser effects sweep across stereo channels. Vocal jive, sonic blaze, activated. Beat-driven one-stop rumble blitz. Rising filtered riser builds tension for final drop. Filter burrow mid-bass layer aggressively. Kick snare alternate half, double time. Turbo complete, system bait. Drive complete, system offline. Size. This. Silence. Drive complete. System offline. Turbos. Dissipate. Drive. Hit. System offline. Ruins.
Sparse metallic clones and distant explosions. A subtle sub-bass rumbles underneath. Picture robotic whispers. Initializing minefield protocol. Cracking static noises and sporadic high-pitched beeps set a dangerous tone. Rising simple bayos with glitch bits. Drum hits, intro staccato has and snappy snares. No vocal staccato has and snappy snares. Vocal snippet warning, sonic minds active. Pitch rising noise sweep active. Bass hits with more aggressive modulation and pitch bends, complex drum patterns, triplet hi-hats, and rhythm shots, syncopated synth bursts, create tension, vocals command, detonate on impact. Resist with blues hooks with middle synths, hi-hats fills the atmosphere, effects slowly build tension, robotic voice countdown, 3, 2, 1. Full energy blast with all elements combined, intense bass growls and rugged fire drum fills, glitch fence saturate the mix for maximum chaos, with the sudden cuts to silence leaving the aftermath.
Atmospheric pads and subtle filtered synths, soft percussion like shakers or gentle hi-hats gradually emerge. Fade ambient effects to create a warm, inviting vibe. Build up, introduce a rolling kick and step pattern. Layer melodic synth snaps and chord progressions. Add vocal chops or soft whispers echoing phrases like asking. Rising filter sweep to build tension toward the drop. Full deep
house drop, the punchy sidechain bassline vocals, clear, soulful, and emotional. Melodic synth beats complement the vocal line. Percussion stays groovy and supports the melodic structure. Strip back percussion to minimal kick and subtle hi-hats. Highlight vocals with reverb delay floating over lush pads. Light melodic but just enhance the reflective mood. Second, build up, range reduce, rising synths and percussion intensity. Vocal chops or scattered phrases build anticipation for final drop, climax, what climax. With tuneful arrangement with beat bass, melodic synths and layered vocals. Keep energy smooth but emotional, maintaining groove and club readiness. Gradually strip layers, leaving pads and soft melodic elements. Full deep house drop, the punchy sidechain bassline vocals, clear, soulful, and emotional. Melodic synth beats complement the vocal line. Percussion stays groovy and supports the melodic structure. Drop the deep house drop with punchy sidechain bassline vocals, clear, soulful, and emotional. Vocal line, guide synth beats complement the vocal line. Percussion stays groovy and supports the melodic structure. Strip back percussion to minimal kick and subtle hi-hats. Highlight vocals with reverb delay floating over lush pads. Light melodic but just enhance the reflective mood. Second, build up, range reduce, rising synths and percussion intensity.
Texas right across the soul glitch noises. Every path with rhythmic pulses. Vocal hub, direct pulse active. Soothing static. True rhythms of attack with delay and pitch modulation. Percussion is by arrows and snare fills. Rising syncopate arose with glitch effects. Fog, pulse, haptide. White noise, rise, rain, so. Static, pulse drop. Future house kicks and snappy snares. Playing haptide beats to singing rhythms. Vocal haptide beats to many rhythms. Vocal channels, static. Effects, feathered static noises, and ambient reverbs. Verses, shivering textures. Sinking waves. Tonic riot qualities. Melody multis, building them. Triangle, playing mix melody. Snare rolls, rising pitch ladders. Modulation, hard-hitting future house chosen, significant time, sharp hack taxes, up to the knives, sharp hack taxes, is a local shots, and rush fade out, into the pulses, suffocating spine, particles and sauce and pulses, focus vocal, stop, with crop. Violence in court, fades into silence. Vital synth chord fades into silence. Vital synth chord fades into silence. Vital synth chord fades into silence. Synth chord fades into silence. Hair rolls with rising pitch risers, skull improves with rising pitch rise effects over low drop. Pulse, ambient pads and glitch effects. Vocal play thrives with glitch, bass growls with modulation. Treble sag with delay, bass modulation. Hard-hitting drops, drums with syncopated patterns. Sharp hat synths and vocal chops. And range fade out. And digital pulses fading, static crackles and soft synth pulses. Vocals off with static powering down. Final synth chord fades into silence.
Dark atmospheric synth pads with electrical hums, static crackles and high frequency pulse effects.
My voice sample distorted.
Static pulse charging.
Sparse hi-hats and deep sub rumble slowly enter. Tight punchy drums kicking with complex neurofun drop programming with lyrics echo copy edit static pulses energy flows baseline drives where no one goes neurofunk in full control power surges through the soul. Bass dark modulated growling with syncopated rhythm drums crisp snares fast breakbeats jittered hi-hats
Empty cuts and reverse vocal snippets.
rising filtered noise and snare rolls.
Vocal pulse, reactor, pulse. Synth arpeggiators ramp up with increasing pitch and resonance.
Robotic countdown. 3, 2, 1. Powerful neurofunk drop of complex bass modulation and driving drums. This aggressive growling layer with wobbling modulation drums. Fast-paced breakbeats with sharp snares and jittered hi-hats. Vocal tag chopped and filtered.
Semi-drive static pulse react.
Fluctuate to make the rhythm with sharp bursts. Atmospheric breakdown with eerie pads and echoing glitch effects. Lyrics with a bash, copy, edit, energy flows, circuits ignite through the block and neon light. Pulse and static intertwined in the core where rhythms bind. Pass with reverb and slow modulation. Soft glitch taps and reverse synths float over it. Deep sub bass or intense drop with layered synths and complex strong patterns. Baseline pulsates with faster polyphonic added distortion. Rolling breakbeats with triplet hi-hats and snare fills.
Pulse reactor, overload. Final bars crescendo with rising pitch bends and filter sweeps. Elements fade into static crackles and ambient noise. Final robotic voice line. Reactor offline, static pulse depleted. Pulse reactor to glitch.
Pulse reactor, overload. Final bars crescendo with rising pitch bends and filter sweeps.
Elements fade into static crackles and ambient noise. Final robot voice line. Reactor offline, static pulse depleted.
Ends with a sharp digital glitch, deep bass decay. Deep sub-bass simulates collapsing subatomic particles, metallic sparks and glitch effects, flickering stereo robotic whispers echo. Subatomic drop collapse. Filtered white noise sweeps and distant alarms create a tense cyberpunk atmosphere. Really suspended, twist unpredictably trap hi-hats, false snare fills feather and vocal collapse. Engage, G-force, bear. Tension rises towards a sudden silence. Drop atomic collapse, heavy rear bass cross and the sacred distorted 808s laser system glitch fire effects and jump the long vocals. Subatomic drop collapse. The drop hits like a cyberpunk seismic shockwave. Energies into the half-time groove, dark industrial paths and reverse glitch effects sweep across the stereo fields. The bass pulses steadily, robotic whispers. System unstill, particles in flux. Filtered white noise sweeps and pists. Scales and calls without split paths, crackling sparks and reverse glitch textures. Solid whispered horns, critical systems destabilized. Proximum subatomic through luster in the neon lit sound of the front port crawl shaking from subatomic half a body in chaos. Festival pretty again, slow alone glitch of the chaos. Seconds like a body, neon signal silence follows. Distant rumbling stuff sounds like an earthquake starting. Metallic reverb effects echoing like underground tunnels. Deep male robotic whisper initiating rampage. Kick and clap pattern fades in, slowly gaining weight. Build R1, rhythm my rising siren sim. High pitch riser, snare roll get faster and tighter. Vocal chop, subsonic. Silence for half a second, then impact. Drop one that heavy wobble, sub growling, recite chains of pounding kicks, trap snares on offbeat hi-hats, triplets, layer vocal. Rampage mode activated. Bass fills between phrases. Start cut back to just some hi-hats. Vocal whisper thirds, the field of bass quake. The bass chord pads creep in the background. bass distortion act. Laser simply cuts through, layering with the ground sounds. Kick switches to double time burst, vocal chop, rampage echoed across the stereo field. Silence drops to just a low heartbeat sub, robotic box system overload, frequency collapse. Distorted annihilation, growls layered with distorted mid-bass. Trap drums, halftime switch-ups, screechy fills, glitch cuts, sample shout, bass sword unleashed. Head fades down into static rumble, final glitch echo, rampage complete. Brilliance. Complete. Brilliance. Beats she fills between freezes. Beat stripped back, adjust some hi-hats. Feel the ground shake, feel the bass quake. Dark paths creep in the background, building tension, build up to. Energy climbs with high pass, filter bass. Siren sweep upward, glitch effects stuttering. Robotic countdown, 3, 2, 1. Final barrel, massive drop hit. Even heavier sub bass, pushing back new laser simply cuts through, layering with the crowd. Kick switches to double time burst, vocal chop, rampage echoed across the stereo field. Silence drops to just a low heartbeat sub. Robotic box system overload, frequency collapse. Distorted annihilation, growth layered with the growls. Kick switches to double time burst. Rambo jump, rampage echoed across the stereo field. Silence drops to just a low heartbeat sub. Robotic box system overload, frequency collapse. System overload, frequency collapse. Deep sub, rumble, distant industrial effects, robotic whisper effects, subwoofer cataclysm initializing, minimal hi-hats, glitch effects, build tension, build up 1, rising snare rolls, pitch modulated, and rising, cataclysm, white noise, sweet silence, first drop, bass lines, kick heavy trap rhythm, side chain to bass wobble. Glitch effects punctuate hits for chaos. Vocal steps breathe, scary release shockwaves. Halftime beats of hi-hats, ambient effects. Robotic whisper, system unstable. Build up to some repeatedly. Double time hi-hats, glitch stutter fills. Laser effects with stereo channels. Vocal chop, subwoofer cataclysm unleashed. Beat stripped, low rumble glitch effects. Vocal shot, low mid-bass layers collide aggressively. Kick-ass snare, alternate half, double time. First and woofer cataclysm. White noise, sweet silence, first drop. Drop white, rhythm complete, system offline. Silence, is the system offline. Drop late, silence. Kick heavy trap rhythm, silence, sharply and bass wobble. Late silence. Dairy top hi-hat, drop leaves. Verb took it to Denver. Halftime beat, some hi-hats, ambient effects. Robotic whisper, drowning rumor, simple unstable. Never to stereo effects, simulate shockwaves. Rock loose. Halftime beat, some hi-hats, ambient effects. Robotic whisper, ground tremor, system unstable. Macro 2 stereo effects, simulate shockwaves. Rock loose. Cataclysm. Sub hi-hats. Ambient effects. Robotic whisper. Ground tremor, system unstable. Macro path rise for next build up to Elrua, big rising pitch sense. Vocal loosen, subwoofer, bubble jump, subwoofer cataclysm. Halftime beats, sub hi-hats, ambient effects, robotic whisper, ground tremor, system unstable. Build up to tolerate rising pitch sense, vocal loosen, subwoofer. White noise sweep, silence, second drop. Heavier and more chaotic. Neural bass plus mid-bass collide aggressively. Double time hi-hats, glitch, stutter fills, laser effects, sweep, stereo channels, vocal chop, subwoofer cataclysm, unleashed. Beat stripped, low rumble, glitch effects. Robotic whisper, system overload, final shockwave, rising filtered subtension builds for final drop, full cataclysm, chaos, sub-neural mid-bass layers collide aggressively, kick a snare, alternate half, double time, Brister subwoofer cataclysm, ambient glitch effects, cataclysm complete, system offline, silence.
Residue, low resolution drone fades in like a corrupted audio file. High-pitched ring mod tones glitch intermittently. Faint robotic whisper, synthetic spill initiated. Bit-crushed vinyl crackle and a slow plucked melody drenched in reverb. Bass sublayer pulses in every 4 bars like a heartbeat per broken fiber. Digital roaches, deep and thudding like an industrial piston. Reverse bass risers melt into warped siren tones. Distorted spoken sample.
This isn't clean code.
Filter automations drag down like sinking corrupted files. High-pass sludge bass synth winds up like it's about to snap. Bassline and molasses thick frequency smear waveforms. Super snare pattern drags but hits with cybernetic crunch. Added grind textures like dragging a hard drive across pavement. Glitch fills with zero crossing pops and fake data pings. Code vomit. Everything filters down into a cold vacuum. Spouses piano notes glitch and stutter. Robotic voice, yearly leak, overload, static rising. Low bass slowly morphs into a downward spiraling granular sample. Dissonant synth pad scream briefly before vanishing. Spill protocol makes morphs into a dirtier form. More distortion and formant filtering. Drum groove remains dragging but now chopped with time stretch effects. Mid-bass line on unnatural pulses like synthetic breathing. Final 4 bars collapse with a brutal digital stutter glitch crash. Synthetic decay. High-pass filters remove lows gradually. Echoing synths fade into a phasing shimmer. Final robotic whisper.
Kim.
Mill. Ejected. Ends on a low-tone side wave that fades into silence.
Overload, neon creep.
Bassline enters, deep rhythmic and pulsing with groove. Lead synth by the page melody with slight chorus. Drum patty 4 on the floor kick, snappy snares, hi-hats.
Copy, edit, neon lights in endless streams, electric nights and retro dreams. Pulse ignites the city's core. Overload, I want more.
Synth layers stack and increase in brightness and complexity. Drum fills rise with snare rolls and increasing intensity. Overload, overload. Full synth wave electro bass drop with driving rhythm. Lead sign deepens with added distortion and sidechain pumping. drum beat dramatic with syncopated hi-hats and claps. FX, neon sweeps, retro laser sounds. Energy pulls back to ambient synth pads and minimal percussion. Neon overload. Return of the drop with fuller synth layers and enhanced bass. Lead seat synth adds melodic flourishes and filter sweeps. Drum pattern intensifies with additional percussion and fills. Overload, laser bursts and glitch echoes. And brightness and outreach. And brightness and outreach. Brightness and outreach. Neon lights in endless streams. And brightness and outreach. And brightness and outreach. Grumbles, overload, overload. Overload, I want more. Overload, I want more. Overload, I want more. Overload, I want more.
System startup sounds. Robotic voice repeating override panting, initializing breach. Things rumble with fragmented alarms, metallic clicks and reverse glitch textures rising. Percussion layers start kicking in, machine gun snares. Green rods with the juices, sleep climbing. Countdown voice shot, 3, 2, 1. Glitched up effect like before drop. Massive distorted on bass ripping through the mix. Kick snare combo with heavy compression. Vocal rushing media unit filters, reverb effects. Echo each bass stab, mid-rate glitch fills between bars. Mid-rate glitch fills between bars. There's between bars. Melodic vocal loop, system crash override. Tension rises with ambient distortion. Synth pad warped like corrupted files. Bass drops out just taking a static. New bass patterns syncopated walk the phaser effects. Stretch melodies layered with bit crush leaves background voice. Pop whoever says fall. Hard snare hits every 4 bars like a hammer. Everything falls apart. Instruments glitch out, reverse slow down. Alarm sirens, low end, rumble. Pause with stuttered vocal error, bass girls distorted crease. Kick roll strap style fills every 2 bars. Final vocal system hard, complete. And with bars cut off and digital detonation effects. Percussion, layer rousers, deduce and sweep climbing. Countdown voice chop, 3, 2, 1. Glitch from the fast right exactly like before drop. Massive distorted for bass ripping through the mix. Kick snare combo with heavy compression. Vocal fast with combo with heavy compression. Mid-rate glitch right before drop. Massive distorted for bass ripping through the mix. Kick snare combo with heavy compression. Filtered with heavy compression. Vocal stashing knitted filtered reverb effects. Echo each bass stab. Mid-rate glitch break fills between bars. Erotic vocal loop system crash override. Tension rises with ambient distortion. Synth pad warped like corrupted files. Bass drops out just taking in static. New bass pattern syncopated warped with phaser effects. Glitch melodies layered with bit crushed leads. Background voice glitches override successful. Hard snare hits every 4 bars like a hammer. Everything falls apart. Instruments glitch out, reverse slow down. Alarm siren, low end, rumble. Vocal apart bars like a hammer. Everything falls apart. Instruments glitch out, reverse slow down. Alarm sirens, low end, rumble. Pause with stuttered vocal error, bass crash, distorted crease. Kick roll trap style fills every 2 bars. Final vocal system crash override. Complete ends with harsh cutoff and digital detonation effects.
Distant warning alarms and error beeps.
But you wanted the noise waves with crack and static.
Soft robotic voice sample.
System 32 failure detected but initiating meltdown.
First digital clicks, then synth plugs and echo through it. dark atmosphere
Could collapse.
my hands to stand still tension with rhythmic glitches. Rising synth paths laden with distorted CPU fat noise. Vocal glitch, reboot. The first crash effects fall throughout the drop. Heavy, distorted bass growls layered with crunchy style hits. Snappy trap snares and punch and kicks. Syncopated glitch, bassline mimics a corrupting via loop.
And digital stutters and beat crush effects.
Welcome that error system crash. Atmosphere thins out with fury pads and glitch echoes. Alarm sirens distant in a river. Robotic flows dishing out robotic voice. System destabilized. Bass heartbeat begins growing louder. She steps behind hat, meltdowns and the facts rising. Modulated uplifters, minute belly processors. Countdown style of poker. Take a minute to the machine, rock or breathe. What's the starting bass flash? England kicks, servers are loving. Running something in service stress. Vocal snaps, brutal manic, override. Bass switch jumps every 8 bars. Push down rolling tones as your past. Falls up a roof to an outline lock. Signal, run of voice reboots. Even harsher, more industrial, clicking textures. Forest all these swingouts and enchanted patterns. Electric battles. Audio clubhouse use rhythmically vocal glue. Custom panic. Bass sweep, willow and bass sweep. Lyrics system built to fade into delay. Final switch your eyes are a secret. Fast climbing in space. Nice to watch the mode. Pushing noise towards some detonations. Fast switch down, roll out. And with some cut off like the system. Lies, final voice. All going for a beat, on collapse. Physical oxygen, defense, phase into silence. Silence.
Panic imminent. Initiating drop core breach.
Distorted bass thrashes, machine gun kicks, cybersqueal effects, hurls off mimic server stress, vocal stats. Manic. Limited initiate, go off distorted bass thrashes. Mimic server stress, mimic silent blast. Initiating drum core breach. Corrupted files. Orbital panic, override denied. Rapid touchdowns every 8 bars. Switch down loading zones. Downloading zones to your back. Feel it an outlet lost signal. Tempting protocol bypass. Even our server industrial link. Textures stored solid. Like custom chain patterns. Corrupted files. Audio drop-outs. Switch lyrically vocal flip. System panic. Low and bass sweep. Low and bass sweep. Laser pulses fades with delay. Tension riser with CPUs. Manifest climbing its gate. Natural corruption noise. Cause you must bust up destinations. Switch down roll-offs. And we stop your obvious. Bust. Strict off. Like a system flat line. Low voice. Distant alarms again. Static freeze into silence. One last time. Effects, robotic whisper effects, terminal drift bass, initializing, minimal hi-hats, glitch effects to build tension, build up one, rising spirals, glitchy synths, vocal chop, drift, white noise, sweep silence, first drop one, bass lines, heavy trap rhythm, side shape, wobble bass, laser synth steps, cut across stereo channels, vocal stabs, cut across stereo channels, vocal stab, which effects fills and chaotic, time grooves, hi-hats, ambient packs, robotic boost, visualize, velocity rising, down pads, build tension for next drop. Rising pitch synths, terminal, drift, bass, white noise, sweep silence, second drop one, Silence. Final drift, risively. Double time hi-hat, start glitch effects. Laser effects, vocal chop, turbo drift bass. Unleashed, unleashed, based, unleashed. Takes grips, 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 unleashed. Industrial hums resonate like a reactor powered up. Punchy metallic taps pan across the stereo field. Robotic voice whispers. Terminal flux. Execution initiated. White noise sweeps and distant sirens build tension. Risers twist and bend like corrupted energy. Pulses trap hi-hats roll faster. Sync with glitchy arms. Vocal tones stutter. Locks. Execute. The tension escalates until a sudden silence cue. Terminal flux engage. Brain and bass growls collide with metallic screeches. 808s punch hard while laser synths stroll. Glitch fills explode. Unpredictably vocal fragments from blue flux. Execution. The rhythm is chaotic yet precise like a cybernetic assault. Energy dips into a halftime pulse. Dark paths sweep across stereo punctuated by reverse glitch. And sub-bass hums ominously wild robotic whispers. To breach flux stable. Build to speed up siren slaring. Distorted rises peak as the system counts down. 3, 2, 1. Pre-drop silence amplifies anticipation. On probation. Even higher rhythm bass growls layered with laser synth stabs and glitching effects. Bass slides and trap fails intensify the cyberpunk chaos. Vocals glitch faster, giving an impression of a fully hacked system. A cinematic pause, bounce to atmospheric synths mimic sparks flying reverse. Vocal chops and glitchy arps. Vocal top, a fellow functioning mainframe. Full terminal flux release. Climax. Both vocal filaments, the bass and blaze of climax. Bass growls, liquid stabs, glitch, sex, and laser synths merge. Rapid fire, sub-bass hits, cylinder melt. Total system meltdown. The funnel robotic whisper. Execution complete. Terminal flux offline. Escalates until a sudden silence cue. Drop terminal flux offline.
Deep industrial hums resonate like a reactor powering up. Glitch metallic taps pan across the stereo field. A robotic voice whispers.
Terminal flux. Execution initiated.
White noise sweeps and distant sirens build tension.
Lasers twist and bend like corrupted energy pulses. Trap hi-hats roll faster, sync with glitchy arms.
Vocal chops stocks.
Clocks execute. The tension escalates until a sudden silence cue. Terminal flux engage. Rhythm bass grunt collides with metallic screeches. 808s punch hard while laser synth strobe glitch fills explode unpredictably. Vocal fragments rip it. Flux execution. The rhythm is chaotic yet precise like a cybernetic assault. Energy dips into a halftime pulse. Dark paths sweep across stereo punctuated by reverse glitch. FX up bass hums ominously while robotic whispers. System breach flux stable. Rhythm is chaotic yet precise like a cybernetic assault. reverse glitch effects on bass hums ominously while robotic whispers. System breach, flux stable. Tune is chaotic yet precise like a cybernetic system build. Big balls, spirospheric sits, mimic sparks, flying reverse, vocal chops, and glitchy arcs. Vocal chop, good for first rate, mainframe. Vocal chop, fills and heavier rhythm, bass growls layered with laser systems. Glitching effects, bass the laser sits. Merge, rapid fire, sub bass hit, emulate total system meltdown. And breach, flux stable. Terminal flux engaged. Terminal flux engaged. Terminal flux engaged. Terminal flux engaged. With a bass growl, screaming from stereo, punctuated box, glitch, works, bass hums, unpredictably. Vocal fragments repeat. Flux execution. The rhythm is chaotic yet precise like a cybernetic assault.
30 minutes into round time pulse. Terminal flux offline.
Terminal flux engaged. Rhythm innovative bass growls like across their radar with lasers and stabs. Glitch effects, sub bass hums ominously while robotic whispers. System breach, flux are giving an impression of a fully hacked system. Cinematic pop sparks bounce, after it sits, mimetic sparks, sparks fly in reverse. Vocal chops and clips down. 3, 2, 1. Mother like an execution. Even heavier rhythm, bass growls layered with laser systems. Glitching effects, bass slides and trap fills intensify the cyber reverberations. Vocals glitch faster, giving an impression of a fully hacked system. A synonym breach faster, giving an impression of a fully hacked system.
A cinematic pause, sparse atmospheric synths mimic sparks flying reversed vocal chops and glitch textures. Calm glitch, approximately mainframe, final drop, textures, hover, like a malfunctioning mainframe.
Subtle suck rumble distancing neon effects. Arrive whisper effects. Overdrive begin. Minimal hi-hats, glitch effects, pre-anticipation. Build up one, rising stairwells, pitch modulate. Overdrive. White noise, sweet silence, first drop. Drop one. Baseline, bass grabs. Kick, trap rhythm, side shape, bass wow. Laser synth stabs punctuate each beat. Glitch effects filling gaps for chaotic energy. Halftime groove, sub hi-hats, ambient pads. Turbo surge, velocity, lockdown paths. Build up to the rate, rising pitch effects on synths. Overdrive, nightcore. Overdrive. White noise, sweet silence, second drop. Turbo surge, velocity rising. Backup pads build tension for next drop. Build up to sub hi-hats, ambient pads. Rumble, looper, jive, unleashed. Beyond city pads.
Tropical paths, soft rock sounds, atmospheric ambient. True to subtle partials like subs, so colors, so hi-hats. Faint vocal whispers or airy effects to create a dreamy ethereal mood. Gradually add rolling percussion, gentle kick and melodic chord. Soft vocal phrases appear, echoing emotional or uplifting words. Introduce light filter sweeps or risers to build anticipation for the drop. Main groove. A melodic deep house drop with walks, a chain bassline and lush synth layers. Vocals are airy and melodic felt cooling over the groove. Plot leads and an atmospheric paths emphasize the tropical uplifting mood. A percussion is crisp but balanced. Slow pulses of Dalba synths like sonar in a black void. Radio interference plus low mechanical hums. Slow coder voice was fine. Controlling up there for a tagline. Data burst, echo left and right. Tension builds. Build up, interference with digital decay.
freeze moment, everything cuts out. Row, 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 rising siren like sleep and distorted static. Truck freeze moment, everything cuts out. Hard hitting, distorted 808, slamming under glitch layers. Stagger track percussion with off-grid snare hits. Glitching laser effects and fake out drop moment halfway through. Baseline modulates like corrupted memory playback. Color stab, system breach confirmed.
Ambience world broken modems.
Rapid fire glitch fills us on audio tape construction. Countdown voice. Pulsing synth, arpeggios with a distorted greedy tone, layered with digital noise and flickering code sound effects. Robotic voice, system online, phantom grid engaged. Gradual build, percussion, mechanical clicks and hi-hats. Full synth punk beat drops, punchy kicks, snappy snare, crunchy hats. Lead synth, sharp, jagged riffs with pitch bends, the distortion bass, thick, growling synth, bassline moving in sync with the rhythm. Coddling, copy, edits racing through the phantom grid, signals break, codes undid. Haunted bites and flicker flames, lost inside these cyber games. Synth layers stacked with rising pitch and intensity, drum fills and snare rolls speed up. Overdrive, phantom, overdrive, overdrive, electro bass, synth punk drop, heavy distorted bass, synths cutting through the mix. Faster beats, synths racing in syncopation and bursts, safe drum pattern, related glitch, percussion, effects, digital static, flickering light bursts. Breakdown to minimal patent, distant echoes, fudge in the grid, no escape. Sparsal synth motifs with delay and reverb, return of a mid drop with added distortion and complexity. Baseline victims with growling modulation, sound deletes, synth that sharps guitar riffs, drum fills become more aggressive, pushing the pace. Evolve layers peel away, leaving a single set line fading out. Final echo and glitch effects trail off into silence. Closing robotic voice. Phantom grid shut down. Down.